The morning of Awakening Day arrived beneath a sky as clear as polished glass. Azure City had been awake long before sunrise. From the 36th floor of his apartment block, Zifan could see silver transport rails glowing between towers, patrol drones drifting past the outer districts, and far beyond them, the massive city wall cutting across the horizon like a sleeping steel dragon. Outside that wall was the wildlands, monsters, dungeons, death, and also the only path to power. Today, every 15-year-old in Azure City would awaken their class and talent. Today, ordinary students would become warriors, mages, archers, healers, assassins, summoners, and hunters. And Zifan, standing in front of his bathroom mirror with a toothbrush in his mouth and hair sticking up like he had fought a pillow monster all night, stared at himself with deadly seriousness. Statistically speaking, he muttered, foam at the corner of his mouth, awakening at tank class isn't bad. His reflection stared back. Black hair, dark eyes, normal face, normal body, normal everything. He raised one hand and clenched his fist. If I awaken S-rank defense, I can enter the Academy's elite class. If I awaken a rank defense, still acceptable. If I awaken B rank, he paused. Then calmly continued brushing his teeth. Then I'll pretend I wanted a stable career anyway. A soft laugh came from the kitchen. Zifan, stop calculating your future in front of the mirror and come eat. His mother's voice carried the warmth of cooked rice and morning soup. The apartment was small, but clean. Sunlight slipped through pale curtains and landed across the dining table, where a simple breakfast had already been prepared. His father sat beside the window, scrolling through today's Awakening news on a thin blue system tablet. Dragon Capital produced 3 S-rank talents yesterday, his father said. 1 Sword Saint, 1 Fire Lord, 1 Beast Temperer. Zifan sat down and picked up his chopsticks. Only 3. His father looked up. Only, Zifan nodded seriously. Azure City has to beat them. Otherwise, our city ranking drops. If the ranking drops, hunter subsidies drop. If subsidies drop, academy meal quality drops. If meal quality drops, student combat performance drops. This is a chain reaction. His mother placed a boiled egg into his bowl. You're 15, not the city finance minister. I'm preparing for society. You're preparing excuses in case your awakening is bad. Zifan froze for half a second. Then he lowered his head and ate. His mother smiled, but her eyes softened. In truth, everyone was nervous today. Awakening was not just a ceremony. It was the line between ordinary life and a new destiny. A good class could change a family forever. A rare talent could bring guild invitations, scholarships, equipment sponsors, even direct protection from the city. A bad awakening meant becoming support labor. A failed awakening meant remaining ordinary. And in the game era, ordinary people survived only because others stood on the walls. Zifan glanced out the window again. On the giant screen hanging above the distant central square, golden words rolled across the morning sky. Asterisk asterisk Azure City 15th Awakening Ceremony asterisk asterisk. Beneath it, promotional videos showed young hunters standing before roaring monsters, weapons shining, cloaks burning in wine and light. The voiceover was deep and heroic. Awaken your destiny. Guard humanity. Conquer the wildlands. Zifan watched for 3 seconds before nodding. Marketing is good this year. His father nearly choked on his tea. You really don't feel nervous? Zifan peeled his egg and replied. Nervousness reduces decision quality. My current plan is simple. If I awaken attack class, I train damage. If I awaken support class, I train utility. If I awaken tank class, I train durability. No matter what, the goal is survival first. His mother rested her chin on one hand. And if you awaken something strange? Zifan stopped. For some reason, that question lingered in the air longer than expected. Outside the window, a beam of sunlight flashed against the distant city wall, bright enough to sting his eyes. Something strange. He had never considered that seriously. In this world, talents were usually straightforward. Fire amplification, sword mastery, healing boost, shadow movement, defense enhancement, skill cooldown reduction. Simple, understandable, useful. Zifan liked useful things. A talent that could be measured, trained, optimized, and ranked. He did not like vague things. Vague things were dangerous. Vague things meant uncertainty, and uncertainty meant bad planning. After a moment, he swallowed the egg and said with complete confidence, "Then I'll figure out how to use it." His mother smiled. His father nodded. Neither of them laughed. That made Zifen lower his gaze slightly. For all his jokes and calculations, he knew what today meant to them. His parents had lived through the early chaos of the game era, when Azure City's walls were still unfinished and monster sirens could wake people in the middle of the night. They had seen hunters leave and never return. They had seen ordinary families rise overnight because one child awakened well. They had never pressured him. That somehow made it heavier. His mother reached across the table and straightened his academy collar. "Whatever you awaken, come home safely." Zifen looked at her hand, then at his father's quiet expression. For once, he did not joke. "I will." The words were simple, but he meant them. A few minutes later, Zifen stood at the door with his academy bag slung over one shoulder. His uniform was dark navy with silver lines along the sleeves, the standard outfit of Azure Third Academy. On normal days, it made him look like any other student. Today, every student wearing it looked like someone waiting for fate to judge them. Before leaving, he checked his bag again. Identity card, academy pass, emergency medicine, portable water, notebook, snack bar. His mother watched silently. His father finally asked, "Why are you bringing a snack bar to your awakening ceremony?" Zifen zipped the bag. "In case awakening consumes stamina." His father stared at him. "The ceremony has never consumed stamina. First rule of survival: never assume patch notes are complete." His father opened his mouth, then closed it. His mother laughed so hard she had to turn away. Zifen gave them both a small wave and stepped into the hallway. The door closed behind him. For a moment, the laughter and warmth disappeared, replaced by the quiet hum of the apartment corridor. Blue guide lights pulsed along the floor. Somewhere above, an announcement echoed through the building. "All registered awakening students, please proceed to your assigned academy locations." Zifen adjusted his bag strap. His heart was beating faster than he wanted to admit. He took a breath, then another. "Calm down," he whispered to himself. "It's just a class selection screen." The elevator doors opened. Several other students stood inside, all wearing different academy uniforms. Some looked excited, some looked pale. One boy was muttering prayers to every known high-ranking hunter in history. Zifen stepped in. The elevator descended through the tower, glass walls revealing Azure City layer by layer. Residential districts, training fields, hunter hospitals, equipment shops already packed with parents hoping to buy beginner weapons. And in the distance, the academy district glittered beneath the morning sun. The city felt alive. No, it felt like it was holding its breath. When the elevator reached the ground floor, Zifen walked out into the bright street. Hover buses moved in silver lines overhead. Giant screens displayed past awakening legends. Vendors had set up temporary stalls selling lucky charms, energy drinks, imitation swords, and guaranteed S-rank awakening bracelets that were almost certainly scams. Zifen passed one stall and glanced at the price. 300 credits for fake probability manipulation, he muttered. Terrible value. The vendor heard him and shouted, "Little brother, don't say fake." This bracelet was blessed by a retired A-rank priest. Zifen looked back. "Can I get a refund if I awaken F-rank?" The vendor immediately looked away. "Next customer." Zifen shook his head. Confirmed scam. Despite himself, his lips curved faintly. The tension in his chest loosened a little. Today, the road to Azure Third Academy was crowded with students and families. Some parents gave final advice. Some cried before anything even happened. Some students walked with their heads high, already imagining themselves as future legends. Zifen kept walking. He had no glowing sword, no noble bloodline, no famous family, no hidden master. Just a bag with emergency medicine, water, and one snack bar. But as the academy towers rose ahead, silver white beneath the sun, something stirred quietly in his chest. Not fear, not excitement, something between them. A feeling that today, no matter what happened, his life would never return to the way it had been. The gates of Azure Third Academy stood open in the distance. Above them, blue system light formed a floating banner. Asterisk asterisk welcome, awakening students. Asterisk asterisk. Zifen stopped for half a second. Then he smiled. "All right," he said softly. "Let's see what kind of build I get." The road leading to Azure Third Academy was brighter than Zifen remembered. Maybe it was because of the morning sun. Maybe it was because every building had been decorated for Awakening Day, with blue banners hanging from balconies and silver ribbons tied around street lamps like streams of light. Or maybe it was because everyone around him looked like they were walking toward the most important moment of their lives. Students filled the avenue in waves. Some walked proudly, laughing too loudly as if confidence alone could summon an S-rank talent. Some clutched their academy passes so tightly their knuckles turned white. Others remained silent, eyes fixed on the distant academy gates, as if afraid that speaking would scatter whatever luck they had saved for today. Zifen moved among them with his usual calm face. At least, he hoped it looked calm. Inside his head, however, countless possible awakening outcomes were already being arranged like a strategy board. Attack class, defense class, support class, rare talent, common talent, trash talent, worst case scenario, best case scenario, hidden growth type ability. He had ranked them all. If he became a sword type warrior, he would need to improve speed and burst damage. If he became a mage, he would need mana control. If he became a healer, positioning would become his priority. If he became a tank, then his first goal would be to maximize survivability and learn taunt mechanics as soon as possible. If he awakened nothing, Zifen paused, then immediately deleted that thought. Negative probability analysis before a major event is bad for morale, he muttered. A familiar voice came from behind him. Then why are you still doing it? Zifen turned. A girl stood a few steps away beneath the shade of a roadside maple tree, sunlight falling through the leaves and scattering across her cream-colored academy jacket. Lin Xiaoyu. Her long chestnut brown hair was tied neatly behind her shoulders, though a few soft strands had escaped near her cheeks. Her eyes were warm amber, gentle in the way morning tea was gentle, carrying a kind of quiet brightness that made the noisy street seem a little softer around her. In her hands, she held a small paper bag. She smiled at him. You were talking to yourself again. Zifen blinked once. I was performing mental preparation. You were muttering about probability analysis. That is mental preparation. Lin Xiaoyu walked up beside him, tilting her head slightly. Then what did the probability analysis say? Zifen answered with complete seriousness. It says the most optimal strategy is to awaken something strong. Lin Xiaoyu stared at him for a moment. Then she laughed. It was not loud, but it was warm enough to make a few nearby students glance over. You really worked hard on that conclusion. I know. Genius-level thinking. She handed him the paper bag. Here. Zifen looked down. What is it? Breakfast snack. I already brought a snack bar. I know. Then why give me another one? Lin Xiaoyu looked at him like this was the simplest thing in the world. Because you might get hungry. Zifen opened the bag and found a small piece of honey toast wrapped carefully inside. It was still warm. For some reason, he suddenly remembered his mother straightening his collar before he left. His fingers paused. Then he accepted it properly. Thanks. Lin Xiaoyu's smile became softer. Don't be nervous. I'm not nervous. You checked your bag 3 times just now. Zifen froze. How did you know? I was standing behind you. Then you saw nothing. I saw everything. Zifen silently put the honey toast into his bag. Lin Xiaoyu's eyes curved. They walked side by side toward the academy. The avenue widened as they approached the central district. Around them, floating screens displayed the names of famous past awakeners from Azure City. Some had become guild leaders. Some had died young in the wildlands. Some had disappeared into high-level dungeons and never returned. Their portraits shone in blue light above the street, heroic and untouchable. Zifen glanced up at them. Do you think we'll be up there one day? Lin Xiaoyu followed his gaze. The morning wind brushed her hair against her cheek. I don't know. That's honest. But I think. She paused for a moment, then looked at him. If it's you, you'll definitely find a way forward. Zifen looked at her. Lin Xiaoyu looked back with no hesitation, as if she had simply stated something obvious. He was silent for half a breath. Then he nodded seriously. That confidence is appreciated. I will record it as emotional support. Lin Xiaoyu's expression changed. Record it, in case I awaken a support class and need morale data. She stopped walking. Zifen. What? Sometimes I really can't tell whether you're joking. Good. That means my delivery is improving. Lin Xiaoyu sighed, but she was smiling. They continued toward the academy gates. Before they could reach the main road, someone suddenly jumped out from the side, with enough energy to startle 3 passing students. Brother Fan. A red-haired boy threw an arm around Zifen's shoulders. Zhang Hao grinned so widely that his confidence almost looked illegal. You two came together again. Zifen calmly removed his arm. We live in the same district. Sure. Same district. Same road. Same timing. Same breakfast bag. Lin Xiaoyu's face warmed slightly. Zifan looked at Zhang Hao. That is called logistical convenience. Zhang Hao slapped his thigh. Listen to him. Logistical convenience. You even described walking with a girl like a supply route. Lin Xiaoyu lowered her head, pretending to check her academy pass. Zifan frowned. Walking efficiency matters. Zhang Hao leaned closer and whispered in a voice that was absolutely not quiet. Brother, let me teach you something. When a girl waits for you on awakening day and brings you breakfast, that is not logistics. Zifan thought about it. Then what is it? Zhang Hao looked at him in disbelief. Lin Xiaoyu looked away faster. Several passing students slowed down, clearly interested. Zhang Hao covered his face. Forget it. Your emotional stat is definitely negative. Zifan nodded. Then, I hope awakening can fix it. Zhang Hao nearly laughed himself breathless. Decide them. Lin Xiaoyu quietly pinched the edge of her sleeve, her ears faintly red. But when Zifan glanced at her, she only gave him a small glare that lacked any real anger. The three continued walking. Zhang Hao was also a student of Azure Third Academy, known among their class for three things: impossible confidence, terrible exam luck, and the ability to speak before thinking. Today, his messy red hair looked even messier than usual. His uniform jacket was open, and around his wrist hung a cheap flame-patterned bracelet that looked suspiciously like one of the scam items from the roadside stalls. Zifan noticed it immediately. You bought one. Zhang Hao raised his wrist proudly. Blessed fire bracelet. Increases chance of flame-type awakening. It's fake. How do you know? The vendor refused my refund question. Zhang Hao went silent. Then he slowly lowered his wrist. How much did you pay? Zifan asked. Zhang Hao coughed. Not much. How much? 300 credits. Lin Xiaoyu looked at him in shock. Zifan placed one hand on Zhang Hao's shoulder. Brother. Zhang Hao's eyes trembled. Don't say it. You were scammed. I said don't say it. Zifan nodded solemnly. Your first battle today was against capitalism. You lost. Lin Xiaoyu covered her mouth, trying not to laugh. Zhang Hao clutched his chest like he had been stabbed by a goblin. The laughter loosened something in the air around them. For a while, awakening day felt less like judgment and more like an ordinary school morning. But that feeling did not last long. As they neared Azure Third Academy, the crowd thickened. Towering walls of white stone and silver alloy rose ahead, carved with blue rune lines that glowed faintly under the sunlight. Above the main gate hovered the academy emblem, a sword and shield crossing beneath a burning star. Rows of instructors stood near the entrance, their hunter badges shining on their chests. Beyond the gates, the central awakening plaza could already be seen. A massive circular platform stood in the middle, surrounded by floating crystal pillars. At the center of the platform, a transparent blue obelisk slowly rotated, releasing waves of system light. The awakening core. Every 15-year-old student would place their hand on it. Every future would be revealed there. The nose of the crowd gradually faded in Zifan's ears. His fingers tightened around the strap of his bag. Lin Xiaoyu noticed. She slowed down slightly. You okay? Zifan looked at the platform. I'm calculating. What now? How many people will awaken stronger than me? Lin Xiaoyu gently said. You don't have to compare with everyone. Zifan turned to her. If I don't compare, how do I know my ranking? Maybe today isn't only about ranking. That sounds like something someone with high emotional intelligence would say. And I'll consider it after awakening. Lin Xiaoyu sighed. You're hopeless. That has not been officially confirmed. Zhang Hao leaned between them. Don't worry, Xiaoyu. If Brother Fen awakens badly, I'll protect both of you after I awaken my S-rank Flame Emperor talent. Zifan looked at him. With the bracelet, Zhang Hao instantly straightened his back. This bracelet is merely auxiliary equipment. Lin Xiaoyu smiled. Then I'll look forward to it. Zhang Hao placed a hand over his heart. See? Xiaoyu believes in me. Zifan nodded. She is kind. That sounds insulting. It was observational. Before Zhang Hao could argue, another group of students passed by them, dressed in crisp academy uniforms with polished badges. Their laughter was louder, sharper, carrying the careless confidence of people who had never had to wonder whether the world would make space for them. At their center walked a tall boy with neatly combed black hair and a silver watch on his wrist. Zhao Kai. Even before awakening, he was already famous in their grade. Top written scores. Top combat simulation results. Family backed by a mid-tier hunter guild. The kind of student teachers praised before he did anything and other students hated after he did. Zhao Kai's gaze swept across the crowd, then landed on Zifan. A faint smile appeared on his face. Not friendly. Zifan, Zhao Kai said, stopping near the gate. You actually came early. Zifan replied calmly. Awakening ceremony attendance is mandatory. Several students behind Zhao Kai laughed. Zhao Kai's smile deepened. I heard you've been studying tank theory lately. So, nothing. It suits you. Zhao Kai looked him up and down. Standing in front, getting hit, hoping someone useful finished the fight. Very practical. Zhang Hao's expression darkened. Zhao Kai, today hasn't even started. Must you be annoying this early? Zhao Kai ignored him. His eyes remained on Zifan. Don't misunderstand. I'm just curious what kind of talent someone like you can awaken. Zifan's face did not change. What kind is someone like me? Zhao Kai smiled. Average. The word fell lightly, but the air around them seemed to tighten. Lin Xiaoyu took half a step forward. Zhao Kai, everyone awakens today. Nobody knows the result yet. Zhao Kai finally looked at her. His smile softened slightly, but not in a warm way. Lin Xiaoyu, you're too kind. But kindness doesn't change talent. Then he turned and walked through the academy gate with his group. The students around them whispered. Zhang Hao cursed under his breath. That guy's mouth is more poisonous than a swamp lizard. Lin Xiaoyu looked at Zifan worriedly, but Zifan only watched Zhao Kai's back for a moment. Then he adjusted his bag strap. Average isn't always bad. Zhang Hao blinked. You're not angry. I am. You don't look angry. Anger wastes energy before major events. Lin Xiaoyu studied him quietly. Zifan looked toward the Awakening Plaza again. His voice was calm. But if there's a chance to prove him wrong, I'll take it. For the first time that morning, the usual joking tone faded from his words. The wind passed through the academy gates, carrying the sound of thousands of students gathering beyond. Lin Xiaoyu stood beside him, her amber eyes reflecting the blue light of the Awakening Core. After a moment, she smiled. Then I'll watch. Zifan turned to her. Watch what? You proving him wrong. Zhang Hao raised his fist immediately. Me too. After I awaken Flame Emperor, I'll stand beside you and burn his eyebrows off. Zifan glanced at the fake bracelet on his wrist. Let's first survive your refund problem. Brother Fan. Lin Xiaoyu laughed again. This time, even Zifan smiled. Together, the three of them walked through the gates of Azure Third Academy. Above them, the floating banner shimmered in blue light. Asterisk asterisk welcome, awakening students. Asterisk asterisk. For a brief moment, Zifan felt the entire world waiting beyond that gate. He did not know what talent he would awaken. He did not know whether he would rise or fall. He did not know that, years later, people would speak of this day as the beginning of something no system screen had ever predicted. Right now, he was only a 15-year-old boy walking beside a childhood friend who believed in him, a loud best friend wearing a fake bracelet, and a future that had not yet opened its eyes. Inside Azure Third Academy, the Awakening Plaza had already become a sea of restless voices. The plaza was vast enough to hold thousands of students, shaped like a circular arena beneath an open sky. White stone tiles spread outward in perfect rings, each line engraved with faint blue runes that pulsed softly underfoot. Around the plaza stood 7 tall crystal pillars, their surfaces transparent like frozen water, with streams of system light flowing inside them like silent rivers. At the center of everything floated the Awakening Core. It was larger than Zifan had imagined. From a distance, it had looked like a simple blue obelisk. Up close, it was almost alive. It turned slowly above the platform without any visible support, its surface flashing with countless tiny symbols, as if the entire history of human awakening was trapped inside that crystal body. Every few seconds, a ripple of blue light spread from the core. Whenever it passed through the crowd, the students became quieter. Even Zhang Hao stopped joking for almost 5 full seconds. Brother Fan, he whispered, staring at the Awakening Core with wide eyes. If I touch that thing and awaken Flame Emperor, remember this moment. Zifan glanced at him. Why? Because this is the last time you'll stand beside me as an equal. Zifan nodded. True. After you awaken Flame Emperor, I'll sell your fake bracelet as a historical relic. Zhang Hao's expression collapsed instantly. Can you stop attacking my bracelet? No. It's a financial crime scene. Lin Xiaoyu tried very hard not to laugh, but the corners of her lips betrayed her. The three of them moved with the crowd toward the class gathering area. Students were separated by academy badges and arranged according to registration number. Above each zone floated translucent screens displaying class names. Azure Third Academy. Year 1 Awakening Batch. Class 7. Zifan found their group near the eastern side of the plaza. Dozens of familiar faces had already gathered there. Some were stretching as if awakening required muscle flexibility. Some were praying. Some were staring blankly at the platform with expressions that suggested their souls had left early to scout the results. Near the front stood Chen Lei. He was tall for his age, with broad shoulders, short black hair, and the kind of steady face that made people instinctively trust him with heavy objects and bad news. His uniform was buttoned properly. His posture was straight. Even on awakening day, he looked like someone who had prepared emergency plans for everyone else. When he saw Zifan and Zhang Hao, he raised one hand. "You're late." Zhang Hao immediately protested. "We are not late. The ceremony hasn't started." Chen Lei looked at him. "You're emotionally late." Zhang Hao froze. Zifan nodded approvingly. That was accurate. Lin Xiaoyu smiled and greeted Chen Lei. "Morning." Chen Lei's expression softened slightly. "Morning, Xiaoyu." Another voice came lazily from behind a nearby pillar. Zhang Hao got scanned, didn't he? A slim Wo leaned against the crystal railing with his arms folded. His dark gray hair half-covered one eye, and his entire presence felt quieter than the others, as if he had naturally learned how to stand in places people forgot to look. Luo Yan. Class 7's information specialist. Nobody knew how he knew everything, but he always knew. Zhang Hao clutched his wrist. "Who told you?" Luo Yan pointed at the flame bracelet. "That vendor scanned 12 students this morning. You were number 9. Zhang Hao's face turned pale. 12, 13, if you count the Bo who bought 2. Zhang Hao suddenly looked relieved. "At least I'm not the worst." Zifan looked at him calmly. "That is not the correct lesson." Lin Xiaoyu finally laughed, soft and helpless. For a short while, the tension around them loosened again. This was Class 7 as Zifan knew it. Nosy, ordinary, nervous, and pretending not to be. But beyond their small circle, the mood of the plaza was growing heavier. More students arrived. More families gathered outside the viewing barrier. More instructors climbed onto the platforms. High above the plaza, enormous floating screens displayed the previous year's awakening rankings. Names appeared one after another, each followed by class, talent grade, and current guild status. Asterisk asterisk Gluming, a rank talent. Wine Blade, join Azure Wine Guild. Asterisk asterisk, asterisk asterisk Zhao Yiren, S-rank talent. Holy Flame, accepted by Dragon Capital Preparatory Camp. Asterisk asterisk, asterisk asterisk by Chen, or rank talent. Iron Skin, deceased during Wildlands training. Asterisk asterisk. The plaza quieted at that last line. No one spoke for a moment. The game era was generous to the talented, but it was never kind. Zifan stared at the word deceased until the screen changed. Beside him, Lin Xiaoyu's fingers tightened slightly around her academy pass. Zifan noticed. Without thinking too much, he shifted half a step closer, blocking her from the nearest wave of pushing students. Lin Xiaoyu glanced at him. He was still looking at the screen, face calm, as if he had done nothing unusual. Her eyes lowered. Then she quietly smiled. Zhang Hao, unfortunately, saw everything. His eyes immediately sharpened. He leaned toward Chen Lei and whispered loudly, "See, protective positioning. Classic pre-confession behavior." Zifan turned his head. "I was optimizing crowd safety." Zhang Hao pointed at him. "That's what all emotionally damaged geniuses say." "I'm not emotionally damaged," Luo Yan said softly. "Unconfirmed." Chen Lei nodded. "Needs observation." Lin Xiaoyu covered her face with one hand. Zifan looked at his 3 so-called friends and made a mental note that if he awakened a powerful taunt skill later, he would test it on them first. Before Zhang Hao could continue, a bell rang across the plaza. It was not loud, but it cut through every voice. The blue runes beneath the students' feet brightened. All 7 crystal pillars released beams of light into the sky, forming a dome of translucent energy above the entire academy. The sunlight dimmed slightly beneath it, and the awakening core at the center rotated faster. A line of instructors walked onto the central platform. At their front stood a middle-aged man in a dark combat uniform, his shoulders broad, his hair streaked with gray. A long scar cut across his left eyebrow, and the badge on his chest showed 3 silver stars. The moment he appeared, the students fell silent. Even those who loved gossip knew when to shut up. "Li Zhenshen," Luo Yan murmured. Zhang Hao swallowed. "That's Instructor Li." Chen Lei's voice became serious. "Former frontline hunter, silver-ranked instructor. They say he once held a city gate for 6 hours during a monster tie." Zifan studied the man carefully. Li Zhenchen did not look like the heroic hunters on the advertisements. There was no dramatic cloak, no shining smile, no polished pose beneath golden light. He looked like someone who had survived things most people only read about. That made him feel far more real. Li Zhenchen stepped to the front of the platform. His gaze swept across the plaza, sharp enough that many students straightened unconsciously. When he spoke, his voice carried without needing amplification. Today, you awaken. The plaza held its breath. Some of you will receive powerful talents. Some of you will receive ordinary talents. Some of you may receive talents so weak you will wonder whether the system made a mistake. Several students lowered their heads. Li Zhenchen's expression did not change. I will say this only once. Talent determines where you start. It does not determine whether you survive. His words were heavy, not comforting, not cruel, just true. You are not awakening for glory. You are not awakening so your names can appear on banners. You are awakening because outside these walls, monsters do not care about your dreams. A faint wind passed over the plaza. The banners above the academy gates fluttered like blue flames. If you become hunters, remember this. The first rule is not to kill. The first rule is not to win. The first rule is to come back alive. Zifan's eyes shifted slightly. Come back alive. Those were almost the same words his mother had said. For some reason, they settled deeper than the speeches about glory. Li Zhenchen raised one hand. The awakening core flashed. Now, when your name is called, step onto the platform and place your hand on the core. Your class and talent will be revealed to the academy record. A murmur rippled through the crowd. The ceremony was beginning. The floating screens above the plaza changed. Names appeared. The first student walked forward with trembling legs. He was a boy from class 1. His face was pale, but he forced himself to keep his back straight. As he climbed onto the platform, every eye followed him. He placed his palm on the awakening core. Blue light swallowed his hand. For 3 seconds, nothing happened. Then the core shone. A system voice echoed across the plaza, cold and clear. Asterisk asterisk awakening complete. Asterisk asterisk. Asterisk asterisk class. Warrior. Asterisk asterisk. Asterisk asterisk talent. C-rank strength enhancement. Asterisk asterisk. The bow exhaled sharply. Not great. Not terrible. A safe, ordinary result. His friends clapped. His parents outside the barrier looked relieved. The second student stepped up. Asterisk asterisk class. Archer. Asterisk asterisk. Asterisk asterisk talent. B-rank wine sense. Asterisk asterisk. This time, the applause was louder. The third student awakened a healer class, and half the plaza gasped. Even a C-rank healer was valuable in the early stages. Several instructors immediately began writing notes. Zifan watched silently. His earlier calculations began adjusting in real time. Class distribution seemed normal. Talent variance was within expected range. The awakening core's response time averaged 3 to 5 seconds. No abnormal cases yet. Zhang Hao leaned over. Brother Fan, why do you look like you're reviewing a restaurant menu? I'm gathering data. For awakening, yes. Can you gather me an S rank? No. But I can gather evidence that your bracelet is ineffective. Zhang Hao turned away in pain. The ceremony continued. One student after another stepped forward. Some cried from happiness. Some forced smiles after disappointing results. Some stood frozen, unable to accept what the system had given them. A girl from class 3 awakened in a rank water mage talent, and her entire class erupted. A boy from class 5 awakened a rare assassin class, causing Luo Yun to narrow his eyes with mild interest. Then Zhao Kai's name appeared near the top of the screen. The atmosphere shifted instantly. Whispers spread like sparks. It's Zhao Kai. He's definitely a rank at least. His family hired private trainers since he was 10. I heard he already cleared beginner combat simulations at 90% efficiency. Zhang Hao clicked his tongue. Here we go. Young master show off. Zhao Kai stepped from the front row with calm confidence. He did not look nervous. Not even slightly. His uniform was perfect. His hair was neat. His expression carried the faint arrogance of someone who had already imagined this moment 100 times and like every version of it. As he walked onto the platform, several teachers leaned forward. Even Li Zhenchen's gaze sharpened slightly. Zhao Kai placed his hand on the awakening core. Blue light surge. 1 second. 2 seconds. 3. Then the crystal pillars around the plaza flashed at the same time. A brighter radiance exploded from the core, washing over Zhao Kai's figure like a storm of silver-blue lightning. The system voice echoed louder than before. Asterisk asterisk awakening complete. Asterisk asterisk. Asterisk asterisk class. Lightning swordsman. Asterisk asterisk. Asterisk asterisk talent. SS rank Thunder Vein. Asterisk asterisk. For a heartbeat, there was silence. Then the entire plaza erupted. SS rank. Not A, not S. SS. Students shouted. Teachers exchanged looks. Terrence outside the barrier stood on tiptoe, trying to see the bowl on the platform. The floating screens immediately highlighted Zhao Kai's result in golden text. Zhao Kai slowly withdrew his hand. Lightning flickered faintly around his wrist. He looked down at the crowd. Then his eyes found Zifan. That faint smile returned. Zhang Hao muttered, "I hate that smile." Chen Lei's expression was grave. SS rank Thunder Vein. He'll be hard to catch. Luo Yun said, "Hard? Try expensive." Zifan said nothing. SS rank Thunder Vein. Lightning attribute. Sword compatible. High burst potential. Fast growth curve. Strong academy value. He mentally placed Zhao Kai several tiers above their current level. Then he sighed. Zhang Hao looked at him. "Why are you sighing?" "Because if I want to prove him wrong." The difficulty setting just increased. Zhang Hao blinked, then grinned. "You're still thinking of beating him?" Zifan stared at Zhao Kai's back as the boy walked off the platform beneath thunderous applause. "I said I'd take the chance if it came." Lin Xiaoyu looked at him quietly. The blue light from the awakening core reflected in her amber eyes. She did not say anything this time, but she smiled. Not because she thought Zifan would definitely win. Not because she knew what he would awaken, but because when everyone else was staring at Zhao Kai's brilliance, Zifan was already calculating how to climb. That had always been the Zifan she knew. Not the strongest. Not the loudest. But stubborn in a way that felt almost unreasonable. The ceremony moved on. More names were called. The sky above the academy seemed brighter now, as if Zhao Kai's result had ignited the entire plaza. Students who had been nervous became even more nervous. Students who had been confident began clenching their fists. Everyone wanted to be the next miracle. Zhang Hao bounced on his heels as his name drew closer. Chen Lei closed his eyes, breathing steadily. Luo Yun looked half asleep, though Zifan suspected he was memorizing every result. Lin Xiaoyu stood beside Zifan, fingers wrapped around her academy pass. Zifan noticed and asked, nervous, a little. "Do you want probability analysis?" "No, it may help." "It will definitely not help." Zifan nodded. "Correct judgment." She laughed softly. The blue screen above the plaza continued scrolling. One name after another, one future after another. Then, not far away, Zhao Kai returned to his group of followers. The students around him congratulated him eagerly, their voices full of admiration and envy. He accepted it all calmly, as though SS rank had merely confirmed what everyone should have known. Then he looked once more toward Zifan. This time, he did not speak. He did not need to. The difference between them had already been displayed across the sky in golden letters. Zhang Hao clenched his fist. "Brother Fan, don't worry. When I awaken Flame Emperor, we'll form a double-core lineup. Lightning means nothing before true flame." Zifan glanced at the fake bracelet. "Your flame budget is currently minus 300 credits. Zhang Hao clutched his chest again. "Why must you keep attacking my economy?" "Because it's the weakest point." Even Chen Lei smiled faintly. The laughter was small, but it kept their corner of the plaza from being swallowed by pressure. Then the next name appeared. Asterisk asterisk Zhang Hao. Asterisk asterisk. The red-haired boy froze. For the first time all morning, his mouth stopped moving. Zifan patted his shoulder. "Go. The bracelet has waited long enough." Zhang Hao took a deep breath. Then another. Then he suddenly grinned, bright and reckless. "If I awaken something amazing, remember to cheer loudly." Zifan said, "If you awaken something terrible, I'll also cheer." Emotional support should be consistent. Zhang Hao pointed at him. "That's why you're my brother." He turned and walked toward the platform. As Zhang Hao climbed the steps, Lin Xiaoyu whispered, "Do you think he'll be okay?" Zifan watched his friend place a trembling hand on the awakening core. "He'll be fine." The core lit up. Blue light gathered. For several seconds, the plaza waited. Then the system voice rang out. Asterisk asterisk awakening complete. Asterisk asterisk. Asterisk asterisk class. Flame warrior. Asterisk asterisk. Asterisk asterisk talent. B rank fire enhancement. Asterisk asterisk. Zhang Hao stood frozen. Then he slowly looked at his wrist. At the fake flame bracelet. His eyes widened. From the crowd, Zifan's expression became complicated. Lin Xiaoyu whispered, "No way." Chen Lei said seriously. Coincidence? Luo Yun added. Probably. On the platform, Zhang Hao suddenly raised both fists to the sky. It worked. The plaza did not understand why he was so emotional over a B-rank result, but Class 7 did. Zifen lowered his head and sighed deeply. That scam vendor has gained too much evidence. Lin Xiaoyu laughed until her shoulders shook. Even under the pressure of Awakening Day, even with Zhao Kai's golden SS rank results still hanging over the plaza, their small group found a moment of ridiculous joke, and somehow, that made the day feel survivable. Zhang Hao returned like a victorious general, holding his bracelet as if it were a sacred artifact. Brother Fan. No, I haven't said anything. I'm not buying one. Just admit it helped. I admit your belief was powerful enough to overcome rational thinking. Zhang Hao accepted this as praise. Soon after, Chen Lei was called. He awakened as expected. Asterisk asterisk class. Shield Guardian. Asterisk asterisk. Asterisk asterisk talent. Or rank Iron Wall. Asterisk asterisk. A solid, impressive result. Class 7 cheered loudly. Chen Lei returned quietly, but the slight lift in his eyes revealed his relief. Then Luo Yun stepped forward. The awakening curve barely reacted before shadows flickered beneath his feet. Asterisk asterisk class. Shadow Scout. Asterisk asterisk. Asterisk asterisk talent. Or rank silent step. Asterisk asterisk. Luo Yun returned with the same lazy expression, as if awakening an excellent talent was only mildly inconvenient. Zhang Hao stared at him. Can you at least look happy? Luo Yun said. I am happy. You look like you're waiting for soup. I like soup. Zhang Hao had no answer. One by one, familiar classmates awakened. The future began sorting itself. Some rose, some fell, some laughed, some cried. Zifen watched them all, and with every result, the pressure on his chest grew heavier. Zhang Hao had B-rank fire. Chen Lei had a rank defense. Luo Yun had a rank stealth. Zhao Kai had SS rank lightning. Even ordinary students had begun taking their first steps forward. Soon, Lin Xiaoyu would be called. Soon, he would be called. The plaza seemed brighter than ever. Yet Zifen felt as if he were standing before a door that opened into darkness. He flexed his fingers once, then stilled them. No matter what came, he had already decided. He would survive. He would grow. He would find the optimal path. Even if his starting hand was bad, even if the build was strange, even if everyone else moved ahead first, he would not stop. Above the plaza, the blue screen refreshed. Another name appeared. The students nearby quieted slightly. Lin Xiaoyu looked up. Her name glowed softly in the air. Lin Xiaoyu's name shimmered in the air above the awakening plaza. For a moment, the nose around Class 7 softened. The girl beside Zifen stood still, her amber eyes reflecting the blue glow of the floating screen. The morning wind brushed against her chestnut hair, lifting a few loose strands across her cheek. Zhang Hao, who had been proudly admiring his questionable flame bracelet, immediately lowered his voice. Xiaoyu, don't be nervous. Just walk up there like you own the place. Chen Lei glanced at him. That advice has never worked for you. Zhang Hao coughed. But emotionally, it sounds good. Luo Yun, standing half in shadow as usual, added softly. Try not to think about the thousands of people watching. Lin Xiaoyu's shoulders stiffened. Zifen looked at Luo Yun. That is negative support. Luo Yun blinked lazily. Accurate support. Lin Xiaoyu exhaled, then laughed lightly despite herself. The tension in her fingers eased. She turned toward Zifen. Then what's your advice? Zifen thought seriously for 1 second. Place your hand on the awakening core. Wait for result. Do not trip. If you awaken healer, maintain distance from frontline. If you awaken combat class, avoid overconfidence. If you awaken production class, don't sign any contracts before reading them. Lin Xiaoyu stared at him. Zhang Hao slapped his forehead. Chen Lei looked away. Luo Yun nodded. Useful. Lin Xiaoyu's lips curved. Thank you. Very romantic. Zifen froze. I didn't mean it that way. I know. Her smile became a little brighter. Then she turned and walked toward the central platform. Zifen watched her go. Lin Xiaoyu's figure was not dazzling like Zhao Kai's, nor arrogant like those born into hunter families. She walked quietly, both hands resting at her sides, her cream-white jacket fluttering gently with each step. Yet somehow, in the middle of that enormous plaza, she did not disappear. There was a softness to her that made people want to protect her. But Zifen had known her long enough to understand that softness was not weakness. When they were younger, during emergency evacuation drills, Zhang Hao had cried because the sirens sounded too real. Chen Lei had tried to organize everyone but forgot where the exit was. Zifan had been busy calculating whether hiding under the desk increased survival odds. Only Lin Xiaoyu had quietly held everyone's hands and led them out. She had always been like that, gentle, steady, the kind of person who seemed fragile only to those who had never seen what real courage looked like. On the platform, Lin Xiaoyu stood before the awakening core. Li Zhenshan watched her with the same stern expression he gave every student. Place your hand on the core. Lin Xiaoyu nodded. Her palm touched the blue crystal. Light spread outward. 1 second. 2 seconds. 3 seconds. The awakening core suddenly released a warm white glow. It was different from Zhao Kai's violent lightning and Zhang Hao's flickering flame. This light did not explode. It bloomed. Soft circles of pale gold expanded beneath Lin Xiaoyu's feet, like ripples spreading across a silent lake. The 7 crystal pillars surrounding the plaza brightened one after another, and countless tiny particles of light rose into the air like fireflies at dawn. The plaza became strangely quiet. Even the students who had been whispering stopped. The system voice echoed clearly. Asterisk asterisk awakening complete. Asterisk asterisk. Asterisk asterisk class. Healer. Asterisk asterisk. Asterisk asterisk talent. A rank spring recovery. Asterisk asterisk. For half a breath, Lin Xiaoyu only stood there, stunned. Then class 7 erupted. A rank healer. Xiaoyu awakened healer. Spring recovery. That's a recover type talent. Zhang Hao jumped so high Zifan suspected his B-rank fire enhancement had activated by accident. Xiaoyu. Amazing. Chen Lei clapped with rare visible happiness. Even Luo Yun straightened slightly. Zifan let out a slow breath. A rank healer. In early hunter teams, healers were more valuable than most combat classes. A good healer could turn a failed battle into survival. A great healer could decide whether a squad dared to enter dangerous dungeons at all. Lin Xiaoyu's talent suited her. Not because she was weak. Because she had always been the kind of person who helped others stand back up. From the platform, Lin Xiaoyu looked toward them. Her eyes found Zifan first. For some reason, after seeing his calm face, her nervousness finally disappeared. She smiled. Zifan raised one hand. Not exaggerated. Not loud. Just a simple gesture. But Lin Xiaoyu's smile deepened. Beside him, Zhang Hao narrowed his eyes. Brother Fan. What? That was suspiciously gentle. I was acknowledging a successful awakening. With that face. What face? I'm proud of you but too emotionally constipated to say it face. Zifan stared at him. Lin Xiaoyu returned just in time to hear the last sentence. Her ears immediately turned faintly red. Zifan calmly said, Zhang Hao's post-awakening fire talent seems to have damaged his brain. Zhang Hao protested. My brain was always like this. Chen Lei nodded. That is not helping your case. Lin Xiaoyu covered her mouth and laughed. When she stepped back into their group, several classmates came over to congratulate her. Some were sincere. Some were clearly already imagining inviting her into future teams. A rank healer was not merely a good result, it was a social status upgrade. For the first time that morning, Zifan watched the way people looked at her change. Before, Lin Xiaoyu had been kind, pretty, and well-liked. Now, she was valuable. That word settled uncomfortably in his mind. The game era had a way of turning people into roles before they even understood themselves. Healer, tank, damage dealer, scout, support, useful, useless. The world loved labels because labels made people easier to rank. Zifan looked at Lin Xiaoyu, who was smiling politely at everyone, and silently added one more line to his mental notes. If they formed a team in the future, her safety priority would be extremely high. Not because she was a healer, because she was Lin Xiaoyu. The ceremony continued. After Lin Xiaoyu's result, the plaza's excitement rose again. Every student seemed to hope the streak of good awakenings would continue. The floating screens flashed with names, classes, talent grades, and the first rough outlines of countless futures. Some awakenings made the crowd cheer. Some made families cry with relief. Others passed in silence. A boy who had always boasted that he would become a swordsman awakened a D-rank cooking flame talent. His face turned white on the spot. A girl from class 2 awakened no combat class at all. Only a low-level appraisal talent. Her friends comforted her, but she kept staring at the platform, as if the blue crystal had stolen something from her. The plaza was not only a place where dreams began, it was also where many dreams ended quietly. Zifan watched them all. His earlier humor gradually faded. He had always treated awakening like a game system, a class selection screen, a starting tilt. But the expressions on those students' faces reminded him that no one got to choose their starting point. Not really. Zhang Hao leaned closer, his voice softer than before. Brother Fan, what if I only got B rank? You did only get B rank. I mean, what if B rank isn't enough? Zifan turned to him. Zhang Hao still wore his usual grin, but it had become thinner. After the first excitement faded, reality had probably begun catching up. D rank was not bad, but next to Zhao Kai's SS rank, next to Chen Lei's rank, next to Lin Xiaoyu's rank healer talent, it no longer felt amazing. Zifan thought for a moment, then said, your flame talent can improve with combat mastery, if you focus on burst timing and weapon compatibility. B rank fire enhancement has room to outperform some rank talents in short battles. Zhang Hao blinked. You analyzed that already, while you were celebrating your scam bracelet. Zhang Hao's eyes brightened. So I'm still strong, you are usable. Can you say it in a cooler way? You have development potential. Zhang Hao looked deeply moved. Brother Fan, that was almost encouragement. Lin Xiaoyu smiled. Chen Lei said, he means you'll be fine if you train properly. Luo Yun added, and stop buying fake equipment. Zhang Hao immediately clutched his bracelet. This is my lucky artifact now. Respect it. The small warmth returned to their group. Then another name caused the atmosphere to shift. A girl from Class 1 stepped onto the platform and awakened an S-rank wine mage talent. Blue-green currents swirled around her like ribbons, lifting her hair as the crowd cheered. Soon after, a boy from Class 4 awakened an rank spear master talent. Another student awakened a rare crafting class that made several merchant guild representatives outside the barrier begin sending messages immediately. The world continued sorting people, and each result pushed Zifan closer to his own turn. He was not afraid of weak talents. Not exactly. He was afraid of useless talents. There was a difference. Weak could be trained. Unusual could be studied. But useless meant no clear path, no obvious direction, no role in a team. In a world where monsters stood outside the walls and cities ranked students before they even became adults, useless was heavier than weak. The blue screen changed again. Chen Lei. The tall boy beside them had already awakened earlier in the batch. No. This was a second verification stage for class assignment grouping. The screen corrected itself and moved on. A minor system delay that made several students laugh nervously. Zhang Hao exhaled dramatically. Even the system is nervous today. Zifan looked at the floating text. The system doesn't get nervous. Luo Yun said. That's what it wants you to think. Zifan gave him a sidelong glance. That sounds like conspiracy theory. Conspiracies are just information with bad lighting. Lin Xiaoyu blinked. That actually sounded cool. Zhang Hao immediately pointed at Luo Yun. Unfair. Why does he get cool lines? Because he speaks less, Chen Lei said. Zhang Hao looked wounded. The ceremony rolled forward like an unstoppable wheel. More students awakened. Some brilliant, some ordinary, some painful. The sun climbed higher above the academy, spilling white light across the plaza and turning the rune-lined tiles into mirrors. The awakening core continued spinning, calm and indifferent, as if it had no understanding of joy or despair. Then Zhao Kai's group began moving again. The newly awakened SS rank lightning swordsman stood near the front rows, surrounded by students who had already begun treating him differently. Even some teachers spoke to him with measured politeness. Zhao Kai noticed Lin Xiaoyu's return. A rank healer, he said, walking over with that same faint smile. Congratulations. That's a rare and valuable talent. Lin Xiaoyu nodded politely. Thank you. Zhao Kai's gaze shifted towards Zifan. Class 7 has decent luck today. Flame Warrior, Shield Guardian, Shadow Scout, a rank healer. He paused, then smiled. I wonder if the luck will last. Zhang Hao's expression darkened. Zhao Kai, your talent is lightning, not mouth poison. Stop practicing the wrong skill. A few students nearby laughed under their breath. Zhao Kai ignored him again. His eyes remained on Zifan. Zifan, I'm looking forward to your result. Zifan met his gaze calmly. Thank you for your emotional investment. Zhao Kai's smile stiffened slightly. Lin Xiaoyu almost laughed. Zhang Hao whispered, good counterattack. Zifan continued, expression serious. But expectation management is important. Please prepare for all outcomes. Zhao Kai narrowed his eyes. He had clearly expected anger, embarrassment, or silence. Instead, Zifan responded like a customer service notice. For the first time, Zhao Kai seemed mildly irritated. We'll see. He turned and walked away. Zhang Hao immediately gave Zifen a thumbs up. Brother Fan, that was beautiful. You made him look stupid without even insulting him. I was sincere. That makes it better. Lin Xiaoyu looked at Zifen with amusement. You really don't like him. I dislike inefficient arrogance. What is efficient arrogance? Zifen thought about it. Being arrogant after actually winning. Zhang Hao slapped his shoulder. Then after you awaken, be super arrogant. That depends on result. If your result is good, I'll consider controlled arrogance. And if your result is bad, Zifen looked at the awakening core. The blue light shimmered in his dark eyes. Then I'll consider alternative strategies. His voice was calm. Too calm. Lin Xiaoyu's smile softened a little. She wanted to say something, but before she could, the screen above the plaza refreshed again. Names moved downward. Closer. Closer. Each one was another step toward the unknown. The students around them became quieter as their own turns approached. The earlier excitement had thinned, replaced by the weight of waiting. Even Zhang Hao stopped playing with his bracelet. Chen Lei stood with arms folded, silently watching the platform. Luo Yun's lazy expression had sharpened, his eyes tracking every result. Zifen rolled his shoulders once. He was not Zhao Kai. He was not born into a guild family. He did not have private tutors, famous bloodline rumors, or expensive training equipment. But he had watched, studied, calculated, prepared. If he awakened something ordinary, he would optimize it. If he awakened something weak, he would explode its niche. If he awakened something strange, he would dissect its rules until it became useful. That was his way. That had always been his way. Then the system screen flashed. The next name appeared. Not his. Another student stepped forward, trembling. Zifen exhaled slowly. Beside him, Lin Xiaoyu quietly moved closer. Not enough for others to notice. Just enough that her shoulder almost brushed his sleeve. Whatever happens, she said softly, don't let Zhao Kai decide what your talent means. Zifen turned his head. Lin Xiaoyu was looking at the platform, not at him. Her voice was gentle, but steady. You're good at finding ways other people don't see. For a moment, Zifen did not answer. Then he said, that sounds like a rare passive skill. She looked at him. What? Your encouragement. It has unusually high morale efficiency. Lin Xiaoyu blinked. Then her face turned slightly pink. Just say thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. Zhang Hao, who had definitely been listening, leaned toward Chen Lei. See, this is exactly what I mean. Chen Lei nodded solemnly. Protective support interaction. Luo Yun added. High compatibility. Zifen looked at them. Are you three forming a commentary team? Zhang Hao grinned. For your love life. Absolutely. Lin Xiaoyu turned red. There is no love life. Zifen nodded. Correct. Current priority is awakening. Zhang Hao stared at him in despair. Brother, sometimes your correctness is painful. The group laughed softly. And beneath that laughter, beneath the bright banners and the solemn crystal pillars, beneath the golden name of Zhao Kai still shining in the academy records, fate continued approaching. One name at a time, one future at a time. Until finally, the blue screen above the awakening plaza flickered again. The light paused, then slowly formed to characters. Asterisk asterisk Zifen. Asterisk asterisk. The two characters hovered above the plaza like a verdict. Asterisk asterisk Zifen. Asterisk asterisk. For a moment, the world seemed to narrow. The voices around him faded. The bright banners, the crystal pillars, the restless crowd, even the golden record of Zhao Kai's SS rank Thunder Vein all blurred into the edge of his vision. Only his name remained clear. Zhang Hao stopped smiling. Chen Lei turned toward him. Luo Yun's half-lidded eyes sharpened. Lin Xiaoyu looked at Zifen quietly, her hands clasped around her academy pass, as if she were more nervous than he was. Zifen inhaled once. The air tasted faintly of metal and sunlight. Brother Fan, Zhang Hao whispered, unusually serious. Go shock them. Zifen adjusted the strap of his bag out of habit, then remember he was about to step onto the awakening platform, not enter a dungeon. I'll aim for a controlled shock. Zhang Hao almost laughed, but his voice caught in his throat. Lin Xiaoyu took half a step forward. Zifen. He turned to her. She seemed to have many things she wanted to say, but under the gaze of the entire plaza, only one sentence came out. Don't be afraid. Zifen looked at her amber eyes, gentle, steady, still believing in him before there was anything to believe in. He nodded. I'm not. That was not entirely true, but it was close enough. He walked toward the platform. The path from Class 7's gathering area to the Awakening Core was not long. Maybe 30 steps, maybe 40. Yet, every step felt strangely clear. His shoes touched the white stone tiles, and the blue runes beneath them pulsed faintly, as if measuring him. Students on both sides turned their heads. Some looked curious, some indifferent. Some recognized him as the Wu Zhao Kai had mocked earlier and whispered behind their hands. Zifen heard fragments. That's the one Zhao Kai mentioned. Class 7, right? Average scores, tank theory guy. Let's see what he gets. Their voices were not loud. But in that moment, Zifen heard all of them. Average. That word again. He did not hate the word itself. Average meant stable. Average meant measurable. Average meant not yet eliminated. But when Zhao Kai had said it, the word had not meant ordinary. It had meant limited. It had meant predictable. It had meant someone whose ending could already be seen. Zifen looked ahead. At the center of the platform, the Awakening Core turned silently, blue light flowing across its crystal surface like the heartbeat of a machine that had never known hesitation. Li Zhenchen stood beside it. The combat instructor's stern gaze fell on Zifen. There was no mockery there, no encouragement either. Only assessment. That was better. Zifen stepped onto the platform. The world expanded again. From above, the Awakening Plaza was even larger than it had seemed from below. Rows of students surrounded him in perfect rings. Beyond them, parents and families stood outside the viewing barrier. Above all of them, floating screens waited to display his result. For one absurd second, Zifen remembered the snack bar in his bag and wondered whether bringing it onto the platform violated ceremony rules. Then he immediately crushed the thought. Now was not the time for emergency food logistics. Li Zhenchen spoke calmly. Zifen, place your hand on the core. Zifen nodded. His right hand lifted. The Awakening Core hovered before him. Up close, he could see countless tiny lines of light moving inside it. Some formed swords. Some formed shields. Some formed beasts, flames, wings, and symbols he did not recognize. It was as if the entire world's possibilities had been compressed into one crystal. His palm touched the surface. It was cold. Not painfully cold. Just enough to make his nerves tighten. The moment contact was made, blue light rushed up his arm. Zifen's vision went white. The plaza disappeared. For a heartbeat, he felt as if he were falling through an endless system interface, surrounded by fragments of sound and light. Names, classes, talents, numbers, rules. A vast, indifferent presence brushed across him, scanning bone, blood, breath, thought, and something deeper than thought. Then, in the middle of that cold blue emptiness, something strange happened. The light stopped. For the first time since the ceremony began, the Awakening Core became silent. 1 second passed. Then 2. Then 5. Down in the plaza, whispers began to rise. Why is it taking so long? Is the core malfunctioning? Maybe it's a rare talent? Or failed awakening? Zhang Hao clenched both fists. Rare talent, he muttered. Definitely rare talent. Chen Lei said nothing, but his shoulders had gone tense. Luo Yun's gaze moved from the Awakening Core to the instructors. Li Zhenchen's expression changed slightly. Only slightly. But for someone like him, that was enough. Lin Xiaoyu's heart beat faster. On the platform, Zifen could no longer hear the whispers clearly. He stood in the white-blue space, his palm still pressed against the cold crystal, watching countless symbols collapse and reform before his eyes. Warrior, mage, archer, assassin, healer, summoner, priest, shield-bearer, guardian. At the word guardian, one symbol suddenly stabilized. A silver shield appeared before him. Then another line of light formed beneath it. Asterisk asterisk class confirmed. Asterisk asterisk. Asterisk asterisk guardian knight. Asterisk asterisk. Zifen's mind steadied. Tank class. Not bad. Guardian knight was a defensive class, one of the more reliable frontline options. High survivability. Strong team compatibility. Stable growth. Not flashy, but useful. Acceptable. Very acceptable. Then the system began searching for his talent. This time, the light did not stabilize. It scattered. Flame symbols appeared, then broke. Sword marks appeared, then vanished. Stone skin, iron bones, taunt enhancement, damage reduction, shield mastery, all of them flickered across his vision like rejected answers. Zifen's thoughts sharpened. Something was wrong. A normal Guardian Knight talent should have selected within seconds. Defense enhancement, iron wall, shield mastery, maintain resistance. Even a low-rank talent had structure, but the system seemed unable to classify what it had found. The blue space trembled. Then, in the depths of that light, a single pink-gold thread appeared. It was faint, almost laughably faint compared to the violent lightning Jia Kai had awakened or the warm healing glow around Lin Xiaoyu. The thread drifted through the blue emptiness like a strand of silk. Then another appeared. And another. They did not connect to his muscles, not to his bones, not to his mana. They stretched outward, toward somewhere beyond him. Zifen frowned. What is this? No one answered. The threads gathered. The system light flashed once. Then words slowly formed before him. Asterisk asterisk talent identified. Asterisk asterisk. Asterisk asterisk grade. SSS. Asterisk asterisk. Zifen's eyes widened. SSS. For a single instant, his heart slammed against his ribs so hard he nearly forgot to breathe. SSS. Higher than Jia Kai. Higher than everything awakened today. A talent beyond the recorded public scale of Azure Third Academy. Before he could even process it, the final line appeared. Asterisk asterisk talent. Heart resonance. Asterisk asterisk. Zifen stared at the words. Heart. Resonance. His mind went blank for half a second. Then immediately began searching for meaning. Heart as in vitality. Resonance as in energy amplification. Team-based aura, morale conversion, support scaling, mental link. The blue space gave no explanation. No skill list. No combat effect. No damage bonus. No defense bonus. No active ability. Nothing. Only the name remained. Asterisk asterisk SSS talent. Heart resonance. Asterisk asterisk. The white-blue world shattered. Zifen's vision returned. The awakening core released a pillar of light into the sky. Not lightning. Not flame. Not healing radiance. A strange pink-gold shimmer rose around him, soft and beautiful, almost gentle. It spread across the platform like mist at sunset. For a breath, the entire plaza fell silent. Then the system voice echoed. Asterisk asterisk awakening complete. Asterisk asterisk. Asterisk asterisk class. Guardian Knight. Asterisk asterisk. Asterisk asterisk talent. SSS rank heart resonance. Asterisk asterisk. The plaza froze. Thousands of students stared at the floating screen. The words asterisk asterisk SSS rank asterisk asterisk appear in brilliant golden text. For 1 second, 2, 3. No one spoke. Then the whispers exploded. SSS rank. Did I hear wrong? Heart resonance. What talent is that? Is that a combat talent? Guardian Knight with heart resonance. What does it do? Even the instructors on the platform exchanged glances. Li Zhenshen's eyes narrowed. SSS rank should have produced a terrifying reaction. A storm. A domain. A weapon manifestation. At least a visible aura of power. But Zifen stood there surrounded by faint pink-gold light that looked less like a battle talent and more like something used during wedding ceremonies. Zhang Hao's mouth opened wide, then wider. Brother Fen, he whispered. SSS. Chen Lei stared at the screen in disbelief. Luo Yun murmured, that name sounds suspicious. Lin Xiaoyu's eyes shone. For a moment, she forgot everyone else. She only looked at the boy on the platform, standing beneath golden words no one understood. SSS rank. Zifen had done it. But on the platform, Zifen did not look like someone who had awakened an unmatched talent. He looked like someone who had received a puzzle without instructions. He slowly withdrew his hand from the core. The pink-gold light around him faded. The floating screen continued displaying his result. Asterisk asterisk class. Guardian Knight. Asterisk asterisk. Asterisk asterisk talent. SSS rank heart resonance. Asterisk asterisk. Several seconds passed. Then someone in the crowd laughed. It was not loud at first, just one short sound. Then another student laughed. Then more. The confusion spread faster than admiration. Heart resonance. What is that? Emotional defense. Does he protect people with love? Guardian Knight? Heart resonance. Is he going to tank monsters by confessing? Maybe monsters will feel touch and leave. The laughter grew. Not from everyone, but enough. Enough for the plaza to change. Zifen stood on the platform, hearing every word. His expression did not collapse. He did not blush. He did not panic. But his fingers slowly curled. A talent's name mattered less than its effect. That was his belief. If the effect was strong, any name could be forgiven. But the problem was, he had no idea what the effect was. No combat enhancement. No defensive aura. No skill prompt. No stat increase. Nothing had appeared. Only a name. A beautiful, useless-sounding name. From below, Jacai's laughter cut through the nose. He did not laugh wildly. That would have looked ugly. He only smiled, then shook his head with just enough pity to be humiliating. SSS rank, Jacai said, his voice carrying clearly among the nearby students. Congratulations, Z-Fan. The plaza quieted slightly, sensing drama. Jacai stepped forward from his group, lightning still faintly flickering around his wrist. To think Azure Third Academy would produce an SSS rank talent today. His smile deepened. Heart resonance, truly impressive. Zhang Hao's face darkened. That bastard, Jacai continued, each were gentle enough to cut. I suppose from now on, when we enter the wildlands, you can stand behind us and cheer with your heart. Laughter broke out again. Lin Xiaoyu's expression changed. She took a step forward, anger rising in her amber eyes. But Chen Lei gently raised an arm to stop her. Not because she was wrong. Because Z-Fan was still on the platform. Because this moment belonged to him. Z-Fan looked down at Zhao Kai. For a moment, the two bows stared at each other across the Awakening Plaza. One stood beneath the golden record of SS rank Lightning. The other beneath the golden record of SSS rank Heart Resonance. Yet somehow, everyone already knew which result looked stronger. Zhao Kai's smile was calm. Victorious. Z-Fan's face remained still. Inside his mind, however, calculations were breaking apart. No known talent database. No visible combat utility. No immediate class synergy. No support explanation. Unknown trigger condition. Unknown growth method. Unknown value. In strategy terms, this was the worst kind of ability. Not weak. Unclear. And unclear meant dangerous. Li Zhenshan finally spoke. Enough. His voice struck the plaza like a hammer. The laughter stopped. The instructor looked at the floating screen, then at Z-Fan. There was no mockery in his eyes. Only a faint, unreadable seriousness. Return to your group. Z-Fan nodded. He walked down the platform. The path back felt much longer than the path up. Students watched him with strange expressions. Some envy remained because of the SSS label. Some curiosity. But most were disappointed. People wanted miracles to look like miracles. They wanted lightning, flame, wings, swords, divine light. They did not know what to do with a tank whose supreme talent sounded like a love poem. As Z-Fan returned to Class 7, Zhang Hao immediately rushed forward. Brother Fan, don't listen to them. SSS is SSS. It must be broken. Maybe you just haven't found the activation method yet. Z-Fan looked at him. That is possible. His voice was calm. Too calm. Zhang Hao's words stuck in his throat. Chen Lei stepped forward and said steadily, Guardian Knight is a solid class. Even without talent, you still have a path. That was meant to comfort him. It also proved a problem. Even without talent. Luo Yun tilted his head slightly. Heart resonance, it may be a hidden type talent. Z-Fan's eyes shifted toward him. Luo Yun continued, rare talents often require conditions. The system doesn't always explain them immediately. Z-Fan nodded. That was useful. Hidden type talent. Condition-based activation. Possible. But uncertain. Lin Xiaoyu did not say anything at first. She only walked up to him. The noise of the plaza continued behind them. More names were being called. More futures were being revealed. The ceremony did not stop because one boy had received a strange talent. The world never stopped for confusion. Lin Xiaoyu looked at Z-Fan. You're amazing. Z-Fan paused. The words were simple, almost unreasonable. He looked at her. Did you hear the talent name? I did. Did you understand what it does? No. Then your conclusion lacks evidence. Lin Xiaoyu's eyes softened. Maybe. Z-Fan was silent. She continued, but it's still SSS rank, and even if nobody understands it now, you'll understand it one day. Zhang Hao nodded fiercely. Exactly. If Brother Fan can analyze a scam bracelet's business model in 3 seconds, he can analyze a talent. Z-Fan glanced at him. That is not comparable. It is emotionally comparable. Chen Lei nodded. Let him have this. Even Luo Yun said, morale matters. For some reason, Z-Fan felt something in his chest loosen slightly. Not enough to erase the humiliation. Not enough to solve the talent. But enough that the laughter around him became a little farther away. He lowered his gaze and looked at his palm. The hand that had touched the awakening core. A faint trace of pink gold light remained for less than a second before disappearing completely. No one else seemed to notice. Zifen closed his fingers. Heart resonance. SSS rank. Useless until proven otherwise. Fine. If the system refused to explain, he would test it himself. If the world laughed before understanding, he would let them laugh. After all, laughter was also data. Zhao Kai's voice drifted faintly from the distance, surrounded by renewed praise. Some talents are born for battle, some are born for decoration. Zhang Hao nearly exploded, but Zifen only lifted his head. His expression had returned to calm. Don't argue, brother Fan. Arguing does not improve talent efficiency. Zhang Hao stared at him like he had been betrayed by common sense. Lin Xiaoyu looked worried. Are you really okay? Zifen looked at the awakening platform. Another student had already stepped forward. Another name. Another destiny. He took a slow breath. Not completely. Lin Xiaoyu froze. For once, he did not pretend. His voice was quiet, almost drowned by the plaza noise. But I will be. Lin Xiaoyu watched him. Then, gently, she smiled. I believe you. The words were the same as before. But this time, they landed differently. Zifen did not know why. He only knew that for an instant, somewhere deep inside his chest, the faintest thread of warmth seemed to stir. So faint it could have been imagination. So brief it vanished before he could examine it. He frowned slightly, then looked down at his palm again. Nothing. No system message. No blue panel. No explanation. Only the distant laughter of students, the glow of the awakening core, and Lin Xiaoyu standing beside him, as if his result had not changed anything at all. Zifen slowly exhaled. Unknown talent, he murmured. Unknown trigger, unknown value. Zhang Hao leaned closer. What are you doing? Creating a research list. You just got publicly mocked and you're making a research list. Zifen looked at him seriously. Emotional damage should be converted into productivity. Zhang Hao stared. Then turned to Chen Lei. He's hopeless. Chen Lei nodded. But stable. Luo Yun added. Dangerously stable. Lin Xiaoyu lowered her head and laughed softly. The laughter was small, warm, different from the laughter around the plaza, and for reasons Zifen still could not understand, the strange warmth in his chest stirred once more. The awakening ceremony continued, but for Zifen, the plaza had already changed. Before his name was called, the world had still felt uncertain. After his name was called, the world seemed to have made its decision. The blue light of the awakening core kept turning at the center of the platform. Students continued stepping forward, placing their trembling hands against the crystal, receiving their classes, their talents, their futures. Cheers still rose. Terrence still cried. Instructors still recorded results. But every now and then, Zifen could feel gazes drifting toward him. Curious, doubtful, mocking. SSS rank. Those three letters should have been enough to make people tremble, yet paired with the words asterisk asterisk heart resonance asterisk asterisk, they became something strange, something awkward, something that made people want to laugh because they did not know how else to react. Zifen stood with class 7, face calm, fingers resting against the strap of his bag. Inside his mind, however, the same question repeated again and again. What exactly did heart resonance do? No, that was too broad. He corrected himself. What conditions did heart resonance require to activate? A hidden talent always had rules. If there were rules, they could be tested. If they could be tested, they could be understood. If they could be understood, they could be optimized. Simple, logical, survivable. Zhang Hao leaned close, still glancing angrily toward Zhao Kai's group. Brother Fan, just say the word. I'll challenge him after the ceremony. Zifen looked at him. With B-rank fire enhancement, Zhang Hao froze. With courage, courage does not counter lightning. It counters arrogance, not effectively. Chen Lei nodded from the side. He's right. You'll lose. Zhang Hao clutched his chest. Why are all my brothers so rational when I need emotional support? Luo Yun said lightly, because your emotional support usually ends in hospital admission. Lin Xiaoyu could not help smiling, but her eyes remained worried. She had been watching Zifen carefully since he returned from the platform. He had not broken down. He had not reacted to the laughter. He had not even argued with Zhao Kai. But Lin Xiaoyu knew him well enough to understand that Zifen's calmness did not mean he felt nothing. Sometimes, the calmer he looked, the more desperately he was trying to organize everything inside himself into something manageable. Zifen noticed her gaze. What? Lin Xiaoyu shook her head. Nothing. That expression usually means something. You're overanalyzing again. I analyze everything. I know. Her answer was soft. Too soft. Zifan looked away first. Not because he was embarrassed. At least, that was what he told himself. The ceremony finally reached its final batch of students. The sun had climbed high enough that the plaza tiles reflected light like pale mirrors. The excitement from the morning had begun to settle into exhaustion and reality. The first rankings appeared on the floating screens. At the very top, Zhao Kai. Class, Lightning Swordsman. Talent, SS rank Thundervein ***. Beside his name glowed a golden lightning symbol. Below him were several S-rank Kanda rank Awakeners. Then, in a separate highlighted section, Zifan's name appeared. Zifan. Class, Guardian Knight. Talent, SSS rank Heart Resonance ***. The SSS rank labels shone brighter, but there was no symbol beside it. No weapon mark, no elemental mark, no combat classification. Only an empty heart-shaped outline that looked far too gentle for a hunter academy. The plaza began whispering again. That's the SSS talent. Why is the icon like that? Maybe it's support type. Support for what? Dating. Someone laughed. This time, John Hao did not hold back. He turned sharply. Who said that? The laughing student immediately looked away. John Hao rolled up his sleeves. Say it again, if you have courage. Zifan grabbed the back of his uniform collar and pulled him back. Stop, brother Fan. They're mocking you. Yes. And you're stopping me? Yes. Why? Because if you start fighting before combat class placement, your disciplinary record will reduce team selection value. John Hao stared at him. Is there anything in your life that isn't a calculation? Zifan thought about it. Then said honestly, breakfast. Lin Xiaoyu laughed despite the situation. Even Chen Lei's mouth twitched. John Hao, robbed of both anger and momentum, could only point at Zifan with trembling disappointment. You are impossible, stable, Luo Yun corrected. Before they could continue, Li Zhenshan's voice echoed across the plaza. Awakening ceremony complete. The students straightened. The instructor stood on the central platform, arms behind his back, gaze heavy as iron. Your classes and talents have been recorded. Beginning tomorrow, you will be divided into training groups based on combat role, talent compatibility, and growth potential. A wave of nervous murmurs passed through the students. Training groups. That was the next division. Awakening only revealed potential. Training groups decided resources. Elite students would receive better instructors, better equipment access, safer but more rewarding early missions, and priority guild recommendations. Ordinary students would fight for what remained. Li Zhenshan continued. Do not become arrogant because your talent is high. Do not collapse because your talent is low. Outside the walls, monsters will not read your rank before tearing into your formation. His words were blunt enough to silence the plaza. Dismissed. The blue dome above the academy slowly faded. Students began scattering across the plaza, some laughing with relief, some rushing to their families, some already surrounded by guild representatives. The world had resumed moving, but for Zifan, the trouble had only begun. He had barely taken 2 steps before Zhao Kai appeared in front of him. The students around them slowed immediately. Some pretended to leave while obviously listened. Zhao Kai stood with one hand in his pocket, faint lightning still flickering around his fingers. His followers gathered behind him, faces full of anticipation. Zifan, Zhao Kai said, smiling. I owe you an apology. John Hao narrowed his eyes. Nothing good starts like that. Zifan's expression remained calm. For what? Zhao Kai looked at the floating ranking screen, then back at him. I called you average earlier. That was inaccurate. The students nearby began murmuring. Zhao Kai's smile became sharper. After all, not everyone can awaken an SSS rank talent that makes people laugh. The silence that followed lasted only a second before scattered laughter broke out. John Hao's face flushed with anger. Lin Xiaoyu's expression turned cold. Chen Lei stepped half a pace forward. Luo Yun's eyes narrowed quietly. Zifan, however, only looked at Zhao Kai. You practiced that line. Zhao Kai's smile stiffened. What? Zifan nodded slightly. The pause before laugh was intentional. Delivery was smooth, slightly too theatrical, but effective for crowd reaction. The surrounding students froze. John Hao's anger vanished instantly. Then he burst out laughing. Brother Fan. Lin Xiaoyu lowered her head, shoulders trembling. Even Luo Yun looked away, clearly hiding a smile. Zhao Kai's followers did not know whether to laugh or stay silent. Zhao Kai's expression darkened for the first time. You think you're funny? No, Zifan replied. I think your insult structure is predictable. Zhang Hao almost collapsed. Chen Lei pressed one hand to his forehead. Lin Xiaoyu tried to stop smiling and failed. For a heartbeat, Zhao Kai looked genuinely annoyed. Lightning flickered sharper around his fingers, faint blue-white sparks snapping against the air. Several students stepped back instinctively. Then Zhao Kai took a breath. He smiled again, this time colder. Fine, since you like analysis, analyze this. He raised his hand slightly. A thin arc of lightning danced between his fingers. Tomorrow, the academy will begin role assessment. Combat potential matters. Talent practicality matters. Actual performance matters. His gaze dropped to Zifan's chest, where no visible lore remained. I wonder how your heart resonance will perform when a monster charges at you. The words landed more heavily, and his earlier mockery, because this time, Zifan had no immediate answer. A strange talent could be ignored during ceremony, but tomorrow, training began, and soon after that, the first monster hunt. If heart resonance truly had no combat use, then Zhao Kai's insult would become reality. A guardian knight without defensive talent. A tank with no reliable enhancement. A frontline student whose only SSS feature was an unknown name. Zifan's fingers tightened slightly. Lin Xiaoyu noticed. She stepped forward before he could speak. Zhao Kai, enough. Her voice was not loud, but it was clear. Zhao Kai looked at her. Lin Xiaoyu stood beside Zifan, her gentle features carrying a firmness that made several classmates fall silent. Awakening only ended today. Nobody fully understands their talents yet. Mocking someone before training even starts only proves you're impatient to show off. Zhao Kai's eyes cooled. Lin Xiaoyu, you're an rank healer. You should choose your future teammates carefully. I am. The answer came without hesitation. The air seemed to pause. Zhang Hao's eyes widened. Chen Lei looked at Lin Xiaoyu, then at Zifan. Luo Yun whispered. Interesting. Zifan turned slightly. Lin Xiaoyu did not look at him. Her eyes remained on Zhao Kai. For some reason, Zifan felt that faint warmth in his chest again. Small, brief, gone before he could identify it. Zhao Kai stared at Lin Xiaoyu for a moment, then laughed softly. Sentiment is admirable. He turned away. But sentiment does not clear dungeons. His followers followed him through the dispersing crowd. The students around them whispered with even more excitement than before. Some talked about Zhao Kai. Some talked about Zifan's strange SSS talent. Some talked about Lin Xiaoyu standing up for him. Zhang Hao immediately leaned toward Zifan. Brother Fan. Zifan did not like his tone. What? Xiaoyu just publicly chose your team. She said she was choosing teammates carefully. Exactly. That does not imply romance. I didn't say romance. You were about to. Zhang Hao's grin became unbearable. I was thinking it. Zifan looked at him seriously. Thinking wrong things is still inefficient. Lin Xiaoyu's face had already turned pink. Zhang Hao raised both hands. Fine. Fine. I'll stop. For now. Chen Lei looked at Zifan. Are you okay? This time, Zifan did not answer immediately. The crowd was thinning. The ceremony was over. The massive floating screen still displayed the rankings, and his name remained there in bright golden letters. SSS rank. The highest grade in the plaza. And yet, he felt no stronger than before. He lifted his hand again, staring at his palm. No shield aura. No defensive glow. No system explanation. Nothing. Only the memory of pink gold threads drifting through endless blue light. And Lin Xiaoyu's voice. Asterisk asterisk I am. Asterisk asterisk. Why had that made his chest feel warm? Was it emotional response? Stress reaction? Talent activation? Zifan's eyes sharpened. Possible trigger. Verbal support from compatible target. Possible condition. Trust. Possible resonance factor. Emotional connection. Insufficient data. Need repeated testing. He looked at Lin Xiaoyu. She was still talking to Zhang Hao, trying to defend herself from his teasing while failing to hide her embarrassment. A rank healer. Childhood friend. High trust baseline. Potential test subject. Zifan paused. That phrasing felt strange. He silently corrected it. Potential observation source. Better. Less villainous. Luo Yun glanced at him. What are you thinking? Zifan answered honestly. Research methodology. Luo Yun stared at him, then slowly said, for your talent, yes. Does this research involve Lin Xiaoyu? Zifan looked surprised. How did you know? Luo Yun was silent. Zhang Hao, who had overheard, slowly turned around. His grin returned like sunrise over disaster. Brother Fan, Zifan frowned. Why are you smiling like that? You want to research Xiaoyu? Lin Xiaoyu froze. Research? Zifan nodded seriously. My talent reacted twice after she encouraged me. There may be a connection. The air went still. Zhang Hao's grin widened until it looked painful. Chen Lei closed his eyes. Luo Yun turned away. Lin Xiaoyu's face slowly became redder. Zifan noticed everyone's reaction and felt confused. What? Zhang Hao placed both hands on Zifan's shoulders. Brother. Yes, never say that sentence to a girl again. Why? Because it sounds extremely wrong. Zifan replayed his words. Then paused. Then, very slowly, he said, I meant system research. Lin Xiaoyu covered her face. I know what you meant. Her voice was small, but she did not sound angry. That made Zhang Hao even more excited. See? She understands you. That's rare. That's precious. Zifan looked at him. Can I transfer you to Zhao Kai's team? No. Brother, you need me. I provide emotional interpretation. You provide nose. Same category. Lin Xiaoyu finally laughed. The embarrassment in her eyes softened into something warmer. The earlier humiliation had not vanished. Zhao Kai's words still lingered. The laughter from the crowd still remained somewhere behind Zifan's ribs. But his friends were still here. Lin Xiaoyu was still here. And the strange talent inside him, useless or not, had reacted to something. That meant it had rules. If it had rules, he could find them. The Academy Plaza slowly emptied around them. Above, the golden list of awakeners began fading from the sky, but Zifan's name remained in his memory with painful clarity. Asterisk asterisk SS rank hard resonance. Asterisk asterisk. The title sounded ridiculous. The effect was unknown. The public evaluation was terrible. The first antagonist had already decided he was a joke. Zifan adjusted his bag and looked toward the distant academy gates. Beyond those gates, Azure City stretched beneath the afternoon sun. Beyond Azure City, the wildlands waited. He was not strong yet. Not even close. But as Lin Xiaoyu walked beside him, Zhang Hao complained about bracelet resale value. Chen Lei reminded everyone of tomorrow's assessment, and Luo Yun quietly recorded Zhao Kai's follower names for future reference. Zifan felt the first shape of a plan forming in his mind. Tomorrow, he would begin testing heart resonance. Carefully, logically, scientifically. With minimal misunderstanding, he glanced at Lin Xiaoyu, who happened to look back at the same time. She smiled. The faint warmth stirred again. Zifan's eyes narrowed slightly. Zhang Hao noticed. Brother Fan, why are you staring at Xiaoyu like she's a rare drop? Lin Xiaoyu stumbled. Zifan turned expressionless. I was not. You absolutely were. I was observing possible talent reaction. That is worse. As their voices drifted beneath the academy gates, the last light of the awakening ceremony faded behind them. On the central platform, the awakening core turned silently. For a brief instant, deep within the crystal, a pink gold thread flickered, then disappeared. By the time Zifan left the academy gates, the city had already begun celebrating other people's futures. The floating screens above Azure City replayed the best awakenings of the day. Zhao Kai's SS rank Thunder Vein appeared again and again, silver blue lightning exploding around his figure as the announcer praised Azure Third Academy's new genius. Lin Xiaoyu's rank Spring Recovery appeared too, wrapped in warm golden light, gentle and rare enough that several healer guilds had already started sending early invitations. Then Zifan's name appeared. Asterisk asterisk SS rank hard resonance. Asterisk asterisk. For one brief second, the golden letters looked majestic. Then the replay showed the soft pink gold glow around him. No weapon. No armor. No explosion. No visible power. The announcer's voice paused for half a breath before continuing with forced excitement. An unusual SSS rank talent with unknown growth potential. Zhang Hao pointed at the screen immediately. See, unknown growth potential. That means hidden overpowered. Luo Yun said calmly. It also means nobody knows what it does. Hidden overpowered. Zhang Hao insisted. Chen Lei nodded once. Unknown is better than confirmed useless. Zifan looked at him. Thank you. That was almost comforting. Chen Lei replied seriously. You're welcome. Lin Xiaoyu walked quietly beside them, her hands folded behind her back, her academy jacket catching the afternoon light. She had not laughed at the replay. She had not avoided looking at it either. Every time Zifan's name appeared, she watched it as if those golden letters still meant exactly what they were supposed to mean. SSS rank. Not a joke. Not an embarrassment. A possibility. The street outside the academy was crowded with students, families, guild scouts, and vendors who had already changed their signs from awakening luck charms to new hunter celebration discounts. Someone nearby was selling roasted meat skewers shaped like monster claws. Another vendor shouted about beginner mana drinks with proven combat support ingredients, which Zifan suspected was mostly sugar and marketing. Zhang Hao slowed down beside one stall. Brother Fan, should we celebrate? Zifan glanced at the prices. No. Zhang Hao looked hurt. You didn't even consider it. I considered the price-to-nutrition ratio. It's celebration food. It doesn't need nutrition. That explains why your finances are collapsing. Zhang Hao clutched his bracelet dramatically. This again. Luo Yun said. The bracelet has become part of your identity. Chen Lei added. A cautionary identity. Lin Xiaoyu laughed softly, but the sound faded faster than usual. They all knew the jokes were filling space. Behind every laugh, Zifan's strange awakening still hung over them. A few students passing by recognized him. Some whispered. Some stared. One Bo pointed at Zifan before his friend quickly pulled his hand down. The words were not always clear, but fragments slipped through. Heart resonance. SSS but useless. Maybe support. Zhao Kai was right. Zhang Hao's smile disappeared again. Chen Lei's jaw tightened. Luo Yun's eyes moved quietly, memorizing faces without saying anything. Zifan heard them too. Of course he did. He simply kept walking. His expression remained calm, his posture straight, his pace steady. If the whispers count, he did not show where. If the laughter followed, he did not turn back. Lin Xiaoyu watched him from the corner of her eye. After several minutes, the group reached the main crossroads, where students began separating toward different residential districts. Zhang Hao stopped first. My house is that way. Chen Lei nodded. I need to report my result to my family. Luo Yun raised one hand lazily. I'll check tomorrow's assessment rumors. Zhang Hao immediately leaned toward him. Get the important stuff. Training format. Instructor preferences. Whether Flame Warriors get bonus points for dramatic entrance. They do not. You don't know that. I know enough. Zhang Hao sighed, then turned to Zifan with unusual seriousness. Brother Fan. Zifan looked at him. Tomorrow, no matter what assessment they give, don't let Zhao Kai mess with your head. Zifan paused. Zhang Hao scratched his red hair, suddenly less loud than usual. I mean, yeah. Your talent name is weird. Very weird. Extremely weird. Your encouragement structure is failing. That. Zhang Hao raised a finger. SSS is still SSS. If even you can't figure it out, then the rest of us definitely can't. So you have to figure it out. Zifan looked at him for a moment, then nodded. I will. Chen Lei placed a firm hand on Zifan's shoulder. If your talent needs testing, tell us. Safely. The last word was stressed. Clearly, Chen Lei already understood Zifan too well. Luo Yun gave a faint smile. I'll look for any record of similar talents. Heart type, resonance type, emotion type, hidden support categories. Zifan's eyes sharpened. That would help. I know. Zhang Hao clicked his tongue. Look at him. Acting cool again. Luo Yun replied. Acting. Zhang Hao fell silent. After a final round of half-serious, half-awkward goodbyes, the three boys left in different directions, their figures gradually swallowed by the afternoon crowd. Soon, only Zifan and Lin Xiaoyu remained on the sidewalk. The nose of the city softened around them. For some reason, without Zhang Hao's loud commentary, the space between them became strangely quiet. Zifan adjusted his bag strap. Your house is also this way. Lin Xiaoyu looked at him. We live in the same district, right? You forgot. No. I was confirming root efficiency. Lin Xiaoyu blinked, then smiled. Of course. They walked together beneath rows of silver street lamps and young maple trees planted along the Academy Road. Their leaves glowed faintly from the city's protective rune network, each vein carrying a thread of blue light. Above them, hover buses passed in smooth arcs. Far away, beyond the walls, the sky was beginning to turn pale gold. For a while, neither of them spoke. Zifan was rarely uncomfortable with silence. Silence was useful. It allowed thinking, planning, and review. But today's silence was different. It contained too many things. The plaza, the laughter, Zhao Kai's smile, the golden SSS rank letters, the useless pink gold glow. Lin Xiaoyu suddenly slowed. Zifan. He stopped with her. They had reached a quieter side street leading toward their residential district. The crowd was thinner here. Sunlight fell between buildings in long warm bands, and the distant celebration nose felt like it belonged to another world. Lin Xiaoyu turned to him. "Are you really okay?" Zifan opened his mouth. The usual answer was ready. "I'm fine." It was efficient. It ended concern quickly. It prevented unnecessary emotional follow-up. But Lin Xiaoyu was looking at him with those warm amber eyes, and somehow the efficient answer felt harder to use. He looked away first. Not completely. Lin Xiaoyu did not interrupt. That made it easier and harder at the same time. Zifan stared at the glowing leaves above the street. "I expected many outcomes today. Good talent. Bad talent. Ordinary talent. Even failed awakening." His voice remained calm, but quieter than usual. "I didn't expect a result that looks amazing but tells me nothing." Lin Xiaoyu listened silently. SSS rank should be good. Logically, it should be valuable. But if it has no visible combat effect, no defensive enhancement, no activation method, then during tomorrow's assessment, I'm just a guardian knight without a usable talent. He paused. That means Zhao Kai wasn't completely wrong. Lin Xiaoyu's brows tightened. He was wrong to mock you. That's different. No. It isn't. Her voice was still gentle, but firmer now. Being confused doesn't make your talent a joke. Not understanding something on the first day doesn't make it useless. Zifan looked at her. Lin Xiaoyu continued. When I awakened Spring Recovery, everyone understood it immediately. Healer, recovery. Useful, easy to explain. She lowered her gaze slightly. But if I awakened something nobody understood, I think I'd be scared too. The honesty in her voice made Zifan fall silent. Lin Xiaoyu smiled faintly. So I'm not telling you to pretend you're fine. She looked back up at him. I'm telling you that even if you're not fine today, you don't have to decide your entire future today. A soft wind passed between them. The city seemed quieter than before. Zifan had always liked clear answers. Yes or no. Useful or useless. Win or lose. Strong or weak. Lin Xiaoyu's words did not give him an answer. They gave him room. That was different. And somehow, it helped. He looked down at his palm again. No glow. No system. No explanation. Still nothing. But the tightness in his chest eased slightly. Your comfort method has high stability, he said after a moment. Lin Xiaoyu stared at him. Then sighed. Was that supposed to be a compliment? Yes, it needs work. I'll optimize it. She laughed. This time, her laughter was light enough to chase away some of the shadow between them. They continued walking. At a small crossing, Lin Xiaoyu suddenly stopped at a vending machine and bought 2 bottles of chilled honey tea. She handed one to Zifan without asking. He looked at it. I have water. I know. You also knew I had a snack this morning. I did. Is this a healer habit? Maybe. Zifan accepted the bottle. Then as a future healer, you should know necessary resource expenditure reduces long-term efficiency. Lin Xiaoyu twisted open her own bottle and took a sip. As a future healer, I also know morale is a resource. Zifan paused. That was hard to refute. He unscrewed the cap. Valid. They sat for a while on a bench beneath a maple tree, watching students and families pass in the distance. Some laughed loudly, already planning celebration dinners. Some walked in silence. One mother hugged her son so tightly he looked like he might suffocate before ever entering a dungeon. The world had changed for all of them today. Some changes were bright. Some were heavy. Some, like Zifan's, had no shape yet. Lin Xiaoyu held her bottle between both hands. Tomorrow is role assessment, right? Yes. What will you do? Test basic guardian knight abilities first. If heart resonance has no combat activation, I'll rely on class fundamentals. That sounds like you already have a plan. A temporary survival framework, that means plan. Zifan considered it. Fine. A bad plan. Still a plan. He looked at her. You're oddly optimistic today. Lin Xiaoyu's smile became softer. I'm optimistic about you. The words were quiet. Not dramatic. Not the kind of sentence that belonged on a giant screen above the city. But Zifan felt them more clearly, and he had felt the plaza's laughter. For a brief instant, that faint warmth stirred in his chest again. This time, it lasted a little longer. Pink gold light flickered deep inside his awareness, too faint to become visible, like a thread pulled tight somewhere he could not see. Zifan's eyes sharpened. He immediately sat up straighter. Lin Xiaoyu blinked. What's wrong? Say that again. What? The sentence? Which sentence? I'm optimistic about you. Lin Xiaoyu stared at him. Then her face slowly warmed. Why? Possible talent reaction. The warmth vanished instantly. Lin Xiaoyu lowered her head. Zifan? Yes. Do you know how strange that sounds? He replayed the conversation, then said carefully, slightly. Very. I was focusing on data. I noticed. She looked away, ears red, but she was smiling. Zifan frowned. Possible trigger. Verbal trust from Lin Xiaoyu. Observed reaction. Faint chest warmth. Visibility. Internal only. Repeatability. Uncertain. Emotional side effect. Cause target embarrassment. Conclusion. Further testing required with improved wording. He mentally recorded everything. Lin Xiaoyu looked at his serious expression and seemed to guess exactly what he was doing. You're making a list again, aren't you? Yes. About me. About talent activation. That doesn't make it better. Zifan paused. Then no. She laughed helplessly. For a moment, the golden afternoon light fell across them both. The huge city moved around them. The walls stood in the distance. Monsters waited beyond. Their futures had only just begun to unfold. But on that quiet bench beneath glowing maple leaves, Zifan felt something he had not felt on the awakening platform. Not certainty. Not strength. Something smaller. A starting point. Lin Xiaoyu finished her tea and stood. We should go home. Our parents are probably waiting. Zifan nodded and stood as well. They walked the rest of the road together. When they reached the entrance of their residential district, Lin Xiaoyu turned toward him. Zifan. No matter what other people say tomorrow, don't rush. He looked at her. Rush? To prove yourself. Her voice softened. You always act calm, but sometimes you push yourself to heart when people doubt you. Zifan did not answer immediately. Then he said, Noted. Lin Xiaoyu smiled. Good. She started walking toward her building, then stopped and looked back. And Zifan. Yes, I really do believe in you. The afternoon light caught in her amber eyes. This time, Zifan did not ask her to repeat it. He only nodded. Thank you. Lin Xiaoyu seemed satisfied. She waved and left, her figure gradually disappearing through the entrance of the neighboring tower. Zifan stood there for several seconds. Then he looked down at his hand. Nothing appeared. No panel. No stat change. No skill activation. But the warmth in his chest remained faintly, like a candle shielded from wind. For the first time that day, Zifan did not feel like immediately analyzing it. He simply stood beneath the glowing city lights, holding an empty honey tea bottle, and watched the place where Lin Xiaoyu had disappeared. After a while, he muttered to himself, morale resource. He nodded slowly. Important. Then, after another pause, he added with absolute seriousness, potentially overpowered. By the time Zifan returned home, the sky outside Azure City had deepened into evening blue. The city looked different at night. During the day, Azure City was bright, clean, and proud, all silver towers and white walls beneath the sun. But after dusk, the true shape of the game mirror emerged. Blue room lines lit up along every street, flowing like veins beneath glass roads. Patrol drones drifted between buildings with quiet mechanical wings. Far away, the outer wall glowed with defensive arrays, a massive ring of light separating human warmth from the darkness beyond. Beyond that wall, the wildlands waited. Zifan stood for a moment before his apartment door, watching the distant wall through the corridor window. Today, his future had changed. The problem was, he still did not know what it had changed into. When he opened the door, warm light spilled over him. His mother turned from the kitchen almost immediately. You're back. His father stood up from the sofa, tablet still in hand. From the look on his face, he had already seen the public awakening broadcast at least 10 times. For a second, no one spoke. Then his mother walked over and touched his shoulders, checking him as if awakening day might have left physical wounds. Are you all right? Zifan nodded. Alive. No injuries. Hydration level acceptable. His mother paused, then sighed in relief anyway. His father looked at him carefully. Guardian Knight. Yes. SSS rank talent. Yes. Heart resonance. Yes. The third answer came slower. His father's expression became complicated. Pride, worrying, confusion, and helplessness all crossed his face like clouds passing over the moon. Finally, he said, That sounds special. Zifan took off his shoes. That is currently the most optimistic description. His mother shot his father a look. His father immediately corrected himself. I mean, SSS rank is amazing. On paper, paper matters, Practical effect matters more. His father had no good rebuttal. Zifan walked into the living room, placed his bag on the chair, and sat down. The exhaustion he had not allowed himself to feel all day finally settled onto his shoulders. The table was already set. Dinner was simple but warm. Rice, vegetables, steamed egg, and a bowl of soup that smelled faintly sweet. His mother must have started cooking before the ceremony ended. For a while, they only ate. His parents did not ask too much. That was their kindness. They congratulated him. They worried for him, but they did not force him to explain what even he did not understand. Halfway through dinner, his mother gently placed more food into his bowl. Tomorrow is role assessment. Yes. Will it be dangerous? Controlled environment. His father frowned. Controlled does not mean safe. Zifan nodded. Correct. His mother looked even more worried. Zifan paused, then added, but first-year assessments rarely cause serious injuries. Instructors supervise. Emergency healers stand by. Mortality probability should be close to 0. His mother put down her chopsticks. Can you stop using mortality probability at dinner? His father coughed. Zifan silently lowered his bowl. Noted. The tension eased a little. After dinner, Zifan returned to his room. It was not large. A bed, a desk, a bookshelf, a training mat, and a small window facing the distant academy district. On the desk sat several old notebooks filled with monster diagrams, class theory, dungeon formation basics, and combat role analysis. He had studied for years. Not because he was naturally gifted, because he liked being prepared. Zifan sat at his desk and opened a blank page. At the top, he wrote, ****Heart Resonance Research Notes ****. Then he paused. After a few seconds, he added, ****, Temporary Classification, Unknown SSS Talent ****. Below that, ****, Confirmed Information ****. 1. Class Awakened. Guardian Knight. 2. Talent Awakened. Heart Resonance. 3. Talent Grade. SSS. 4. Visible Manifestation. Pink Gold Light. Thread. 5. Combat Effect. None observed. 6. Possible Reaction. After Verbal Trust. Support from Lin Xiaoyu. 7. Reaction Type. Faint warmth in chest. 8. External Visibility. None confirmed. He stared at point 6 for a long time. Then underlined ****Lin Xiaoyu** once. After thinking about it, he crossed out the underline, then rewrote the sentence more formally. ****, Possible reaction, after emotional support from compatible individual. ****, better. Less suspicious. He leaned back in his chair. The room was quiet except for the distant hum of the city's protective barrier. Occasionally, a hover bus passed outside the window, leaving a soft trail of blue light across the glass. Zifan lifted his right hand. Heart resonance. Nothing happened. He tried again with more seriousness. Activate heart resonance. Nothing. System. Nothing. Status. Still nothing. He frowned. Most awakened talents did not require voice commands, but many responded to mental intent. He closed his eyes, focused on the faint warmth he had felt earlier, and tried to pull it forward. A minute passed. Then 2. Then 5. Nothing. Zifan opened his eyes. Uncooperative. He wrote another line. ****, manual activation failed. ****. Then he tried every possible emotional state he could think of. Calm. Focus. Determination. Embarrassment. Anger at Zhao Kai. Mild hunger. The last one was mostly accidental. Nothing produced a reaction. At some point, he opened his bag and found the honey toast Lin Xiaoyu had given him that morning. He had forgotten to eat it. The wrapping was slightly crumpled, but the toast was still intact. Zifan stared at it. For some reason, the image of Lin Xiaoyu handing it to him under the maple tree returned clearly. Because you might get hungry. He was quiet for a while. Then he unwrapped it and took a bite. It had gone cold. Still sweet. He chewed slowly, then wrote, ****, food-based emotional support may have delayed effect. Further evidence needed. ****. He looked at the sentence. Even he felt it sounded ridiculous. After finishing the toast, Zifan opened the Academy Talent database on his tablet. He searched, ****, heart resonance ****. No result. ****, resonance talent ****. Hundreds of results appeared. Mono resonance, sword resonance, elemental resonance, Beast resonance, soul resonance, none matched. He searched, ***, emotion type talent ***. Restricted records. Most were mental support abilities, morale aura talents, leadership amplification, fear suppression, charm resistance. Rare, but not unheard of. He searched, ***, affection talent ***. No result. The system auto-suggested. ***, did you mean affliction talent? ***. Zephyr stared at the screen. No. He closed the search, then reopened it, then closed it again. His research had reached a wall. No database match, no activation method, no clear trigger, no measurable result. By every practical standard, heart resonance was currently useless. Zephyr sat silently beneath the desk lamp, golden notebook light reflecting in his dark eyes. Outside, Azure City's night grew deeper. From somewhere in the distance, the city broadcast played again. Junkai's awakening replay appeared on a neighboring tower screen, lightning flashing silver blue across the glass. The cheers from the recorded crowd were faint, but audible. Then another replay. Lin Xiaoyu's rank spring recovery. Warm light blooming around her like spring rain. Then Zefan's SSS rank heart resonance. Soft pink gold shimmer. Pause. Forced announcer tone. Unusual growth potential. Zephyr watched the replay through his window. This time, the embarrassment felt quieter. Still there, but not as sharp. Maybe because no crowd surrounded him. Maybe because Lin Xiaoyu's words still remained somewhere in his mind. You don't have to decide your entire future today. He lowered his gaze. His tablet suddenly vibrated. A message appeared. ***, Zhang Hao, ***, brother fan. I asked my cousin. He says hidden talents are always broken. Just wait. Tomorrow you will shock everyone. 2 seconds later. Zhang Hao, ***. Also, the bracelet vendor disappeared. Suspicious. Another message followed. Chen Lei, ***. Tomorrow's assessment will likely test basic class skills. Rest well. Don't overtrain tonight. Then, Gluo Yan, found 3 resonance-type talents in old records. None match yours. We'll continue searching. Also, Junkai's group is already spreading jokes. Ignore them. Zephyr stared at the messages. Something warm moved through his chest again. Not the same as before. Weaker. Different. He wrote. Possible reaction from group support. Before he could think further, another message arrived. This one was from Lin Xiaoyu. There was no long paragraph, only a simple line. Lin Xiaoyu. Don't stay up too late. I believe in you. Zefan's hand stopped. The room seemed to become quieter. The words on the screen were ordinary. No special effect. No dramatic confession. No grand promise. Just a message from a childhood friend who had walked with him in the morning, stood beside him in the plaza, defended him before Junkai, and bought him honey tea, and the whole city felt too loud. Then the world inside Zefan's chest trembled. A thread of pink gold light appeared in his vision. Not outside. Inside. It stretched from somewhere beyond his awareness, thin as silk, warm as sunlight, and connected to a floating blue panel that had not been there a second ago. Zefan's eyes widened. The panel unfolded silently. Its design was unlike the ordinary system screens he had seen in class. Those were cold blue, sharp, mechanical. This one was still blue, but its borders glowed with faint pink gold light, like dawn touching the edge of glass. Words appeared slowly. Heart resonance activated. Zephyr stopped breathing. The panel changed. Resonance target detected. Name. Lin Xiaoyu affection. 10 The room. Zephyr stared at the screen. Once, twice, 3 times. The words did not disappear. Lin Xiaoyu. Affection. 10. For the first time all day, Zefan's brain failed to produce an immediate conclusion. He looked at Lin Xiaoyu's message, then at the panel, then back at the message. Then slowly, very slowly, he picked up his pen and wrote on the notebook with unprecedented seriousness. Confirm trigger. Lin Xiaoyu. He paused. Then added, heart resonance may be related to affection value. Another pause. His expression became extremely solemn. Asterisk asterisk, this is either the worst talent in history. Asterisk asterisk, the pink gold panel glowed faintly. Zifen stared at the number again. Affection. 10. His eyes sharpened. Then he finished the sentence. Asterisk asterisk, or complete the overpowered. Asterisk asterisk. At that exact moment, his tablet vibrated again. Asterisk asterisk, Lin Xiaoyu. Asterisk asterisk, you really won't stay up till late, right? Zifen looked at the message. Then at the system panel. For some reason, an absurd thought crossed his mind. If one message activated the system, would replying properly increase the number? His fingers hovered over the keyboard. He typed, asterisk asterisk, I won't. Thank you. Asterisk asterisk. Then stopped. Too ordinary? He deleted it. Typed again. Asterisk asterisk, your support today helped a lot. Asterisk asterisk. He stared at the sentence. It was true. It was also potentially useful. A perfect balance between sincerity and data collection. He sent it. 3 seconds passed. 5. 10. The system panel remained unchanged. Zifen frowned. Then Lin Xiaoyu replied. Asterisk asterisk, Lin Xiaoyu. Asterisk asterisk, really? I'm glad. The pink gold thread pulsed once. A small notification appeared. Asterisk asterisk, affection +1 asterisk asterisk. Asterisk asterisk, Lin Xiaoyu, affection. 11 asterisk asterisk. Zifen stood up so fast his chair nearly fell over. His eyes locked onto the panel. Affection. Increased. By 1. From a text message. From emotional response. His mind began racing. If affection increased, stats later. If affection unlocked talent effects. If multiple targets existed. If values could be raised through meaningful interaction. Zifen slowly sat back down. His face was calm. His eyes were not. He opened a new page in his notebook. At the top, he wrote, asterisk asterisk, heart resonance development strategy asterisk asterisk. Then below that, after careful thought, asterisk asterisk, step 1. Make Lin Xiaoyu happy. Asterisk asterisk, he stared at the sentence. It looked simple, too simple, dangerously simple. Then, as if realizing the implications, he added a second line. Asterisk asterisk, important. Do not sound suspicious. Asterisk asterisk. For a long moment, Zifen sat in the quiet glow of his room, while the city lights shimmered outside, and the unknown SSS talent hovered before him like a secret door opening in the dark. The world thought his talent was a joke. Jia Kai thought he had awakened decoration. The academy thought his growth potential was unclear. Even Zifen himself had nearly believed it. But now, staring at Lin Xiaoyu's name and the number beside it, he felt the first real smile of the day slowly appear. Not arrogant, not relieved. A little dangerous, a little foolish, very Zifen. So, he looked at the glowing panel, then at his notebook, then at Lin Xiaoyu's message. His voice was quiet, but full of terrifying calculation. Everyone else levels up by killing monsters. The pink gold light reflected in his eyes. And I. He paused. Then wrote the next sentence with absolute seriousness. Asterisk asterisk, may level up through relationship management. Asterisk asterisk.